Mr. Cannabis.
Perlite is a natural forming volcanic glass created when obsidian makes contact with water. Heating causes an expansion and change in color to white. Perlite is typically composed of 70 to 75% silicon dioxide, 12 to 15% aluminum oxide, 3 to 4% sodium oxide, and 3 to 5% potassium oxide. Coarse perlite has the highest air porosity for drainage and root aeration. This mix has great potential to use by itself in a flood and drain or even drip irrigation system. Fine perlite is good for seed starting mixes and rooting cuttings. This is because it's fine enough to hold on to water for long enough while still having enough air porosity to get oxygen to the cuttings or new root systems. Perlite aerates soil, promotes healthy root growth, loosens heavy soils, and prevents compaction, especially in the bottom half of a pot. It should be watered with nutrients between 5.5 and 6 pH. It has a water holding capacity of 20 to 50% depending on size, with an air-fill porosity of about 30%, and the cation exchange capacity is about 3 milliequivalents per 100 grams. Keeping a big bag of perlite around is a must for any grower, so anytime you feel the media is a little too heavy or dense, you can immediately rectify that. If you're using a deep or just large container, I would suggest filling about a third of it, then adding extra perlite to that so that it better resists compaction. Vermiculite is a hydrated magnesium aluminum sheet silicate mineral, closely related to that of mica. It absorbs more water than perlite, with a higher water holding capacity, but it holds onto it better, keeping more of it from the plants. It provides more water to plants than perlite, but not as much as peat moss, so a peat and vermiculite mixture is actually drier for plants than just peat moss. Vermiculite does improve drainage and prevents compaction, but perlite is better for the latter. It does improve moisture retention in dry and sandy soils. Perlite does make soil mixers drier than vermiculite, which can be useful for gardeners who overwater their plants, or when the media is used for plants that like to be drier, like cannabis. However, vermiculite holds more moisture and is better in cases where extra water is beneficial. But again, perlite doesn't compress, so it is a better choice for adding aeration to your mix. Vermiculite should also be watered with nutrients at 5.5 to 6 pH, has a water holding capacity of 60 to 70%, and an airflow porosity of 6 to 10%, with a cation exchange capacity of 150 milliequivalents per 100 grams of soil. Honestly, I've never used vermiculite for anything other than applying it as a top dressing to seedlings in rockwool. The holes are often too big for seeds, so the vermiculite can make a great moisture barrier for germination. Other than that, I always just use perlite.